Yes, friends, very good morning, everybody. So, welcome back to Rama Sharma's IPMT. In our discussion for anatomy and physiology, we have discussed as of now probably 7 systems, and the 8th and very interesting we will discuss today is the endocrine system. Endocrine system is knowing more and more is helpful if you have some hormonal products. Otherwise, it is not as such very important, but very interesting, because our body growth, development, metabolism, and reproduction, they are all controlled and supported by endocrine system. Okay. Now, like every system, there are organs. So, endocrine system has different organs. But remember, endocrine system is composed of glands which have no duct. They are situated at different part, right from head to the down. They take raw material or the products from blood, synthesizes special chemicals, special substances called as hormones, and they release back into the blood. With blood, they will go everywhere in the body, and wherever there are receptors for those hormones, they will work only there. So they are very targeted, specific, the substances. Okay. So what are the different organs? So very first, the chief gland, endocrine gland, is the pituitary gland. Remember, which is situated in the brain. If you put a drill machine, pull a drill here, absolutely, it will touch somewhere in the pituitary gland. Near pituitary, there is another in the brain, pineal gland. Okay. And near pineal gland, then down, there are these 2 glands, that is thyroid and parathyroid. So in the throat region here, it is H-shaped, thyroid and parathyroid, which produces hormones. We will discuss that after some time. And then there is one Thymus gland, which is very important. And then there are on the kidney, like a cap, there are 2 glands situated over kidney. That is adrenal glands, 2, both sides on the kidney. And then there is one, pancreas. The part of pancreas, it is endocrine. That is the Langerhans it is both actually. Pancreas secretes substances through duct, pancreatic juice, and through hormones also directly into the blood, and very important, we will discuss. So part of pancreas is also endocrine. And then gonads, that is the ovaries in females and testes in male. So these are the organs. Now let us know in brief about the different hormones. Pituitary, as we discuss, is the main gland, and pituitary has anterior part and posterior part. Very important. So the anterior part of pituitary secretes hormones which are basically trophic, T-R-O-P-H. Trophic means stimulating. They directly don't take part, but they stimulate other organs, other endocrine glands and other. So they, very important from that point of view. For example, they produces pancreatopic hormone. So the pancreas will be stimulated, by this. Okay. Then there is adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH. So the adrenal gland activity also will be controlled or helped. And there is also melanocyte stimulating hormone. So the production of melanocytes will be controlled. If it is more or less, anyhow, that after. Okay. Then there is also growth hormone, very important. So we discussed that growth, development, and metabolism. So growth hormone will decide your height and your growth of your body, very important. And remember, every hormone here, it can be more, it can be secreted less. So if it is more, the activity will be more. For example, if the thyroid produces more, it will be hyperthyroidism. If it is less, it will be hypo. So this is true for every endocrine organ. Okay. So growth hormone, and then there are gonadotrophins or gonadotrophin, which stimulate gonads, that is both ovaries in female and testes. So they go and stimulate ovaries. So then function of ovary will start. So without the coming from gonadotrophic hormone, ovary will not. So what is ovary? You know, in female they produce egg or ovum, and this ovum must be fertilized with the sperm. If there is no fertilization, this ovum will be thrown out, and this is the menstrual cycle will start in females at a particular age. Okay. So if there is no gonads, a gonadotrophic hormone coming, the function of ovary will be affected. Same is true in male also. So both gonadotrophic hormone, there are two. One is FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, follicle. That is Graafian follicle in ovaries, okay, and stimulating testes both, and LH is luteinizing hormone. So both FSH and LH, which is your gonadotrophic hormone, will stimulate both ovaries and testes. So in testes now testosterone will be produced and together. So which has two effect, anabolic and androgenic. Anabolic means, you know, the boy, you know, a girl or boy of 4 or 5 years, you can't differentiate. Both are same. You know, if you cover the private part and dress, a boy of 5 years, 6 years, and a girl is identical. Even sometimes you can't differentiate who is boy, who is a girl. But after a particular age, you can very well differentiate. And you know, nowadays even adult also it is difficult. You know, both are, you know, many things simulating or like that. So anyhow, so the change is what comes in a boy. He becomes muscular, fat disappears, voice changes, then the genitals, they increase in size, and you know, erection and all. So these are all the due to the testosterone and the effect of gonadotrophic hormone on the testes. So growth, development and reproduction is three very important function of endocrine system. So let us, so this is the anterior part of pituitary. Clear? Now all this trophic hormone goes and stimulate. Now for example, melanocyte stimulating hormone, MSH. If it is not there, then melanocyte will not be stimulated, and man will suffer from hypo. That will be leukoderma, white patches, skin will be whitish. Okay. Pancreas, if it is pancreas, effect will be affected if it is less, and somatotrophin or growth hormone, if it is less, then growth will be affected, and you know, dwarf or the it will be there. So this is anterior part of pituitary. Posterior part, remember, you know, is produces two hormones, that is the antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin. Oxytocin is produced here, goes everywhere in the body with blood, and the receptors are in many places, particularly in uterus. So the spasm, contraction during childbirth comes due to oxytocin when it is released. Okay, and antidiuretic hormone. So this is, you know, if it is less, if there is no enough antidiuresis, okay, then there will be more diuresis. So there will be polyuria, and man will drink more and urine will go. But it is not diabetic. It is a different. It is due to lack of diuretic hormone. So it will be diabetes, but not mellitus. It will be diabetes insipidus, which like that. So this is pituitary, pineal, and thyroid and parathyroid. Thyroid produces a hormone which controls metabolism. If it is more, so there are, one is a thyroxine, triiodothyronine, and one is calcitonin, which plays very important role in calcium metabolism. So if it is more, your metabolism will be more. Okay, so it can be hyperthyroidism. If it is less, then your metabolism will be less. Even if there is a hot summer, you will shiver. because your body is not able to produce enough metabolism. So you will feel cold. Very strange, na? If it is hot, you should feel hot. No, he is cooling because his metabolism activity is less, hypothyroidism. So when metabolism is less, you will gain weight. Okay, he will be obese. His face also later on changes and become moon-shaped face. These are the symptoms of hypothyroidism. So thyroid, and very interesting is thymus gland. This gland, has secretes a substance thymosin, which plays very important role in this defense mechanism. So some lymphocytes, WBC special, they come here and they get a training here. So we call them as T lymphocytes. Okay, so they come here, take training, and they are very important in your defense mechanism. They are the commandos of your body. If necessary, they can kill any part or any tumor, anything if you ignite. We will discuss someday later on. So thymosin very important. T lymphocytes are trained here. And now adrenal gland. Very interesting, this gland. You have heard an adrenal release when you jump from parachute. Nowadays people love to, release the adrenaline. So from where adrenaline is coming? Now this adrenal gland, gentlemen, produces the outside part, that is outside part. This produces hormones, aldosterone, then glucocorticoid and androgens they produce. And inside part of adrenal gland produces very important hormone, that is adrenaline and noradrenaline, or epinephrine and norepinephrine. In American they call epinephrine and norepinephrine. In Asian and India, where those who follow British system, we call adrenaline and noradrenaline. So what is adrenaline release? This hormone prepares you to fight or flight away. You remember we discussed in nervous system, sympathetic nervous system. So adrenaline will come from adrenal gland. Okay, so whenever your body wants to fight, this will come and support you. So that time you will have more energy. So your glycogen will be converted into glucose. Okay, so this will come. Your pupil will dilate because you have to see more. Your all sphincters, anal, urinary sphincter will be closed. When there is a fight, you cannot say, oh, stop the fight, I want to go to toilet. You can't say that, because that time you should fight, heat. So your adrenaline will bring this change. So will be heart rate will be more, duck, duck, duck. Your heart will beat and give you more blood to fight. Okay, and remember the peripheral arterioles will constrict to raise the blood pressure, but some arteries will dilate. For example, coronary artery will dilate to give more blood to the heart. That is how the receptor concept came. That same substance is causing constriction someplace and dilatation, vasodilation one place. Why? Because receptors are different. Okay? So, adrenal gland, very important. And now pancreas. As pancreas, gentlemen, is very sensitive and very important organ. The beta cells in pancreas, they produce very important 3 hormones, but insulin and glucagon. Now what is insulin? As adrenaline comes, so at that time you need more energy. Okay, so what will happen? Adrenaline will do that. Now what insulin will do? If I give insulin, the glucose will be converted into glycogen, and it will enter. Insulin will enter because you need energy under the influence of. So insulin will come and glycogen, what is, it will go in the cell. So the glucose will enter the cell and energy will be produced. So when you give insulin, remember that there is a more of the production of the monosaccharides or glucose. Okay, if you give more, then the level can even go down because of overdose of insulin. Now glucagon will do reverse of this. That is, so we were discussing about this part, that when you need to fight, you need more glucose. So that time glycogen, which is a complex sugar, will be converted into glucose by another hormone coming from pancreas, that is glucagon. So remember, what insulin will do, it will convert glucose into glycogen. So glucose will be stored at a glycogen. If you give more dose, more glycogen will be stored and glucose level can go down. When glucose level go down, you can feel dizziness or blackling or this instability or vertigo, something like that, and sympathetic will be stimulated. Why sympathetic will be stimulated? Because that time you need more glucose, so glucagon will come and will convert glycogen into glucose. Okay, so insulin and glycogen, and then somatostatin, which is also your hormone. So this is pancreatic part. Coming to ovaries in female, FSH and LH, what they will cause? They will cause the rightening of the Graafian follicle, where ovary will be, where ovaries will release the egg. Now if you see the ovary, now say this is ovary, now there are so many cysts there, eggs in primary mode. So when FSH will come, these they will rise, okay, in female, and in male they will help the production of sperm. So FSH will ripen, and then somewhere on the 12th day more amount of LH will come, luteinizing hormone, which is also coming, part of your gonadotrophin. They will come, and we call LH surge, and this will be released. So egg will come out, and from ovary the egg will go out to travel through fallopian tube, and then come in the in the uterus, and in uterus if there are sperm, the fertilization will take place. So ovaries they have, and once egg is released due to LH surge, luteinizing hormone surge, the remaining part, corpus luteum, that is a yellow body, will produce another hormone, that is progesterone. And progesterone is necessary for sustenance of pregnancy. So when the female becomes pregnant, now progesterone production will increase more and more. Okay. So to this, remember, there is also one more endocrine, which is temporary endocrine, that is the placenta. So during pregnancy, placenta will also manufacture a hormone, LH, it will produce, which is required for sustenance of pregnancy. Like India, there was a Mahakumbh. During Kumbh, they make hospital, hotel, everything. Once Mahakumbh is over, everything is dismantled. So placenta is also part of endocrine system that we have not added before. Okay, so remember. And now in a male, testosterone and this. So now testosterone, which is a male sex hormone, has two effects, that is anabolic and androgenic. What is an anabolic? That is the synthesizing more proteins, so muscles become strong, metabolism is more, there is a power, there is a vitality, more anabolic. Okay, these athletes, they take anabolic steroids. So what are they? They are nothing but part of testosterone. Testosterone has these two effects. So by from testosterone, they reduce the androgenic effect. So they have only anabolic effect. But testosterone has androgenic, that is in male, disappearance of fat and secondary sexual characters like mustaches, beard. So hair at different parts, including pubic hair, they come only under the influence of testosterone. So this is the one endocrine. So friends, remember that endocrine system is very interesting system. You can know more and more, but as from the point of function, it has three: growth, development, and metabolism and reproduction. If there is no gonadotrophic hormones, if there are no FSH, LH, sperm, egg, nothing will be made. Secondary sexual character will not come, and the boy will not be changed into man, and small girl who is like will not become a woman. So reproduction and metabolism, thyroid and other hormones. So probably I hope you will enjoy this video. So more, see you next time. Thank you.